Hello, good morning, students. How are you feeling now? So far, we have covered almost 95% of the content in Unit 2B. Now, last article, channel transitions. Channel transitions means reduction in the cross-sectional area of the channel or increase in the cross-sectional of the area of the channel so that we can increase the velocity of flow and we can increase or decrease the discharge through the channels. Let us see how it works out. In the case of long channels, often it becomes necessary to provide transitions. A transition is the portion of a channel with varying cross section which connects one uniform channel to the another, which may or may not have the same cross-sectional form. Do you understand? Varying cross-section which connects the uniform channel to another, which may or may not have the same cross-sectional form. For example, this is the channel width. We can increase the channel width or we can decrease the channel width. Either way we can do. The variation of a channel section may be caused either by reducing or increasing the width or by rising or lowering the bottom of the channel. Means bed of the channel also may be varied. Various channel transitions may be broadly classified as sudden transition or gradual transition. Sudden transitions are those in which the change of cross-sectional dimensions occur in a relatively short length, whereas on the other hand, in the case of a gradual transition, the change of cross-sectional area takes place gradually in a relatively long length of the channel. So in the former case it is shorter length relatively, whereas in the other case it is relatively longer length of the channel. Uses of channel transition. What are the uses? Let us see. A channel transitions can be effectively used for measurement of flow in channels. Example, different types of flow measuring flumes. Changing the velocity in the channel. If you want to change the velocity, increase or decrease, you can go for transition. Irrigation channel. In case of irrigation channel, to reduce the velocity to avoid scouring, means removal of material from the position, that is scouring can be avoided if you reduce the velocity, so that transition is to be made. In case of navigation in channel, just reverse. We have to increase the velocity for avoiding deposition. There should not be any deposition at the bed of the channel so as to maintain the drift which is available for navigation of a vessel. Negotiating the changes in channel sections with minimum loss of energy. This is important, with minimum loss of energy. And also, sometimes it is required to dissipate the energy. That is, transition is used for dissipating the energy. These are the various uses. Now we will see a little bit ahead. Types of transition. A transition due to reduction in width of channel. Transition due to gradual rise in the bed level of the channel. You can see in these figures. Here rise of bed. Here change, reduction in the width. Here whatever the width is here, that width is reduced here. Whatever the bed level RL is here, that is raised here. Transition due to reduction in the width of channel combined with the rise in the bed level. Both can be done. Even reduction or increase of channel width and as well as bed, means both in vertical direction and horizontal direction you can do. Transition due to gradual depression of bed level in channel. How do we understand gradual depression? For example, this is the liquid level, this is the bottom of the channel, this is gradually depressed. That also can be done. Assumptions made in the analysis of channel transitions. Usually the following assumptions shall have to be made for the purpose of analysis in case of transitions when we make. No loss of energy takes place. No loss of energy takes place between the two sections. Suppose if you take any two sections, section 1, section 2, in an open channel, the loss of energy should not be taken place. It is assumed that the bottom of the channel is horizontal. The specific energy will be equal at both the sections. A horizontal rectangular channel is considered for simplicity. A horizontal rectangular channel is considered for the sake of simplicity. Now, transition with reduction in width of a rectangular. So when we do so, what will happen we will see. Let us assume Q be the total discharge flowing through the channel. Since the total discharge Q must remain same from section at section 1, at section 1 and at section 2. There is a reduction in the width. Discharge per unit width Q will change from a smaller value. Here Q will be smaller at section 1, Q will be smaller. Let us call Q1 is smaller compared to Q2. Q1 is smaller than Q2 because here Q is higher. Why? Because width is reduced. Here width is larger. As per continuity equation, area must remain same, therefore Q1 should be less than Q2. Further, transition with reduction in width of a rectangular channel. The reduction in width of channel changes the discharge per unit weight. Q1 is equal to capital Q divided by B1. Q2 is equal to capital Q divided by B2. Since B2 is less than B1, B2 here, B2 in this portion is less than B1 in this portion, Q2 is greater than Q1. Q2 is greater than Q1. In the earlier case, Q1 was greater than Q2. The increase in unit discharge reduces depth of flow section from depth discharge diagram that we came to know in the previous classes. Now, transition with reduction in width of a rectangular channel. If B2 is further reduced, suppose if we keep on reduce the width B2, depth H2 goes on reducing and ultimately a stage is reached that for a certain width B2, Q2 will be equal to Q maximum and H2 will become HC, that is critical depth. This is the maximum reduction in width without affecting the cross-section area of flow. That means H2 will become HC, critical depth. Transition with raised bottom in a rectangular channel. Now let us see the case wherein bed of the channel is raised. Bed of the channel is raised. Here you can see it is raised. Here it is raised. The figure shows the channel of rectangular cross section having uniform width and provided with a rise in the bottom of the channel, which is frequently known as hump. So whatever the rising of bed level, that is terminology known as hump. In this, even in some books, you can see the word bump also. B-U-M-P, bump, means raised portion. In this case, since the width of the channel is not changing, the discharge per unit width will be same at different sections for a total discharge Q flowing through the channel. You consider any number of sections, 1, 2, 3, etc. Since width remains unchanged, discharge per unit width will remain same, because discharge per unit width Q is equal to Q divided by B. Since width is same, discharge will remain same. Next. Transition with raised bottom in a rectangular channel. Since specific energy is measured with respect to the channel bottom as the datum, a rise in the bottom of the channel causes a decrease in specific energy. This is obvious because we came to know in the earlier classes that the specific energy is measured from the bottom of the channel. When bottom of the channel is raised, means naturally the specific energy has to reduce. Here the specific energy is more when compared to here, because there is a rise in the bed. So as to make the transition made. Therefore, there will be decrease in the specific energy. As such, if it is assumed that there is no loss of energy, suppose if we assume between the two sections 1, 1 and 2, 2, the specific energy E2 at the hump will be less than the specific energy E1 at section 1 by an amount equal to, you can see very clearly here, this is E1, okay, up to here and up to the bottom it is E2. Therefore this portion, if we call delta Z, that is the height of the hump, the delta Z is equal to E2 minus E1 minus E2. The specific energy E1 at section 1 and E2 is the specific energy at the hump. Then the loss of energy between these two is by an amount equal to the height of the hump delta Z, that is nothing but E1 minus E2. Okay. So thereby full syllabus of unit 2B also is completed. In the next class or from the next class we can go for third unit. Before to that we will upload some quiz questions, already uploaded, but it will be made visible or accessible to you. Answer those, and descriptive question also in the form of assignment has been uploaded. You answer those questions also. In order to reduce the burden, to start with very less questions, 3 to 4 questions only are being given. And for other division also, other teacher has uploaded the questions. You can refer to those questions also, so that you will have more number of questions for the same unit. All these questions are standard taken from question paper only, so that it will become good practice for you to prepare for the exams. Okay, just 1 or 2 minutes to conclude this class. References. All these PPTs which have been prepared and provided to me also by Professor Taji sir, I am happy to congratulate and thank him. The references are based on which PPTs are prepared for video lecture. Good standard books, all are available in our library. Apart from these standard, many standard textbooks are available. PM Modi, PN Modi and SM Seth, hydraulics and fluid machines, including hydraulic machines, mechanics, fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines in SI units, standard book house, unit of Rodson's Publications Private Limited, publication house. Second book, R.K. Rajput, a textbook of fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines in SI units. S. Chand and Company Limited, publication house. Third one, R.K. Bansal, very good book which gives you good number of numerical problems solved. A textbook of fluid mechanics and hydraulic machines in SI units. Lakshmi Publication Private Limited, publication house. K. Subramanya, Flow in Open Channels. The name itself suggests this book is specifically meant for open channel only. Other three books which you have seen are full hydraulics and hydraulic machines. Tata McGraw-Hill, publications. It is repeated, PN Modi and SM Seth, already we have said. Rajput already said. Bansal is also being already said. Okay. Thank you for watching. Best of luck. We will continue with the third unit from next class. Okay. Thank you.